It's obviously not the way you guys wanted the season to end, but how could you sum up your time with Texas towards the end of the season and helping this team make a playoff run?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to be able to be up here for this playoff run. And like you said, it wasn't the way we wanted to finish, but I'm really proud of the way the group played, and there's good things to come.
Personally, for you, what was the biggest thing you were able to work on in your game and get better at this year? Spent most of the year in Idaho and had a really good season with them, and then when you came up here to Texas, how were you able to improve your game?
Yeah, just defending fast, making sure I'm killing plays quickly, just being good defensively, being very defensively sound, and then that kind of transferred into a little bit of offense that I was able to help the guys with.
The goal you scored in the series against Milwaukee, one of the biggest goals of the year. I think the fans was probably the loudest I heard this building. But what do you remember about that one? Is that the biggest goal you scored?
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it was a lot of fun getting that one for sure. I didn't even know how to react. It was kind of just seeing Stu kind of taking a shot, and I was like, well, if this comes over there, I'm the only guy there. So it was a little bit of luck.
You spent some of the season in Boise, as we talked about. For my money, one of the best spots in the ECHL to live, to play. The crowd is super loud. Crowd was great here all year too. What does that mean to you as a player when you're playing in front of packed buildings seemingly every night? A lot of people don't get that in the minor leagues, and both teams in this affiliation seem to every night.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I definitely don't take granted for. The amount of energy they give you in both rinks, it's pretty incredible. It makes that opposing team, it makes it a lot harder to come into the rink and try and battle against us. So a lot of credit to them. I mean, they're a big reason why both in Boise and here you're able to be so successful.
A lot of these guys are going home for the summer now. You still have a chance to compete for a championship now. The Steelheads are still alive, so you still got that hunger to rejoin that group and try to chase a championship?
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Just going to try and bring home a championship. That's the goal.
Last one. When the summer finally gets here for you, it'll be a shorter one, but do you have any plans to relax, unwind? Do you have plans to travel anywhere?
Just go home to the lake, spend some time golfing on the boat, just kick my feet up for maybe a week, and then get right back into summer training.
Matej, first of all, how do you sum up this first season in North America playing pro and the things you guys accomplished as a team?
It was a hard year for sure. Coming here, I didn't really know what to expect, honestly, and I didn't even know how's the NHL level going to be, AHL level going to be, like what's the travel here. So the whole year was so new for me, and like I learned so many things this year, and it was sometimes it's just a roller coaster, I'd say, and but it was fun. We had a special group of guys here, and a great team, great group of guys, and it was a pleasure, and it was fun playing with them.
You personally started off the year so strong. You went to Dallas, played some NHL games, which is everybody's dream, obviously. Had 19 goals in Texas in the regular season. What are some of your favorite memories from the year?
Well, for sure, like probably the favorite memory is my first NHL game in Dallas. It was something I've dreamed of my whole life, and I'm very happy I accomplished it in my first year in pro over here. So that's probably the thing. But then also like I said, the whole year it was sometimes it was just a roller coaster. But I guess it's pro hockey, and I can just learn from it and be better next year.
I haven't had a chance to ask you about the injury in April against San Jose, and what do you remember about that? And have you had a chance to even watch it since then? It was kind of obviously a scary time.
Nothing. No. Yeah, I remember like I honestly I don't really remember the hit exactly, but then like I remember when I was on a stretcher going to a hospital. Like I remember all these things, and it was a scary moment for sure, probably the scariest one of my life, because I've never been deported in the ambulance to a hospital from the rink. But I'm happy I'm okay now, and I'm happy it was just a concussion.
You have a really strong friendship with Marian Studenic. He's from Slovakia, you're from Czech Republic. What is it about that bond that you guys seem to gel right from the start?
Literally, it feels like I found a brother here. You know, like we since kind of day one when we both got sent down here, and we like started living together. We found an apartment together, and it's just a friendship for life, I'd say. And like I said, found a brother here. We've been doing so many things together, and literally saw each other every day. Like drove with each other like every day. Like it's just like, yeah, I probably wouldn't describe him better than the brothership.
Give me one fun fact or interesting fact about Marion that most people don't know.
So the first one came up to my mind is he always snoozes his alarm, like always. Like he can set his alarm for like 8 a.m. and then we leave at 9, but like he wakes up at 8:55, like literally, and then he just like puts some calls on, like and eat on the way. Like literally, he always eat in my car. So it was just like. It's just like a fun thing that he likes to sleep, and it's his favorite thing to do.
The hardest thing probably for you in year one is not being able to see family that often. I know your dad made it out here, your girlfriend made it out here throughout the season, but how excited are you to get back home to Pardubice and see everyone?
Oh, I'm very excited. It's been a long time since I haven't been at home, and I went through it when I was in juniors over here, but those last 3 years when I spent in pro back home, like I kind of got used to being at home and being in my hometown. So it was also a new thing for me, like being here by myself, and honestly, I'm very excited. But we have still some things to do here.
Yeah, I mean, how do you sum up this season that you guys had such a good year, and obviously in the playoffs didn't end the way you would have hoped?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it was a tough year. I mean, I had surgery, so that kind of sucked missing half the year. And, coming back to such a great group, I mean, the culture they built in there was awesome to come back. I mean, I was probably the best team I've played on in Texas here in the last 5 years. So, yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet. You like to play with those guys forever, but, the locker room's going to be different. But, yeah, it's tough right now, but it's good to look back on the memories.
I'm going to say it's a close group. There was some uncertainty with your injury before being cleared to play, and then to jump right in and have the success you had personally with Gardner and Tufte most of the year on that line. What was that like to be able to jump right back in and play the way you did?
Yeah, I mean, jumping back in right away was kind of tough for me, but I mean, it helps when you're playing with Gardner and Tufte. Those guys were awesome to play with, and I mean, everyone up and down our lineup I think did a great job this year. And yeah, it was nice. The guys welcomed me back in with open arms. So, yeah, it was good to be back out there.
Going from the double overtime game in Game 4 against Milwaukee, I'm sure everybody's body was hurting, and then you have to bounce back for Game 5. Scored the huge shorthanded goal in the third. Looked like the team had some life again. Can you describe kind of the roller coaster of emotions from Friday to Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, that's playoff hockey. I mean, sometimes you're at the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But, yeah, I mean, that's why we play the game. We want to compete. We want to win. And it's just tough when you got the team for it, you can do it, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way, but it wasn't for lack of effort for sure.
We're asking all the guys who their roommate was on the road, and one fun fact about them most people don't know. Keep it family friendly if you can, but who'd you got?
I roomed with Tony Stranges. He's got a lot of crazy things, but I think his one thing is he's got to be there like 3.5 hours before the game. Is pretty crazy.
That's a good one. When you go back home now, you're going back home to Toronto, I would assume, for the summer. What does your off season look like, and what does the future hold? And do you have any fun plans for the summer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go home back to Toronto, just work out, train, take a few weeks off. The body needs to recover, but yeah, just kind of get right back at it, kind of do my thing. I have a trip planned with all my buddies from back home that I went to high school with, so that should be fun. And yeah, other than that, just kind of lay low and enjoy time with family.
Dahmer, how do you sum up this season and how special this group was that you guys had in that locker room?
I mean, it was fun. I think from a personal standpoint, my game wasn't there consistently for the whole year, but I definitely had stretches where I played my game and I did what I needed to do. But I can't speak enough about the guys in that room and the staff and just the way we kind of operated this year. It was a really fun group, tight-knit group. We loved being around each other. We loved to hang out and get together. And whether it was at the rink or away from the rink, we always had a lot of fun. So, yeah, it was fun. I'm happy that the year kind of went the way it did. The ending sucks, but the end of the day, these guys are friends for life.
You are a guy who's obviously takes a lot of pride in your game. You work really hard. You love to compete. You've seen the Rookie of the Year accolades. You've played in the NHL. How do you take some of the personal challenges of this year and use that as motivation coming into next season?
Yeah, I think that's part of being a pro. You got to take all the bad stuff that happens to you and just kind of turn it into motivation and more reason to get back to where you were and just work a little bit harder. So I'm not too concerned about it. My game will find itself, and I'll be good to go from there.
As far as being able to enjoy the summer a little bit, obviously you guys made a little bit of a run there, so it's a shorter summer, but before you get back and start training again, do you have any fun plans ahead this summer?
I got a golf weekend coming up with some of my buddies when I get home, so they were kind of hoping I wasn't going to make it. Yeah. They wanted to see me keep playing, and they don't want me to take their money on the course, so we'll see what happens with that, but looking forward to that, and then it's just getting back into the gym and getting back to work.
Who were like the top 2 golfers on this team if you had to choose? Is it a no-brainer, or is it probably a good argument there?
I mean, it's up for debate for sure. In season, we don't really golf as much as we'd like to, so it's a little bit tougher to get your game to the level that you want it. But Shea's a good golfer, Bart's is a good golfer, Barb's is a good golfer. So there's a lot of guys that could really swing it in the room, and it creates some good competition.
My last one for you is, who was your roommate on the road this year? And give me one either funny story or fun fact about them that you can share that's family friendly.
Well, Barb's was my roommate on the road. I don't know. We don't have much. We'd watch a lot of TikToks and in our room, and we'd end up always watching the same TikToks. And I'd listen to one, and then 2 minutes later, I'd hear it coming from his bed, the same one. So I figure they're listening to us somehow. But yeah, that's really it.
Guards, what do you make of this season and what you guys accomplished and how tight-knit this group was?
Yeah, I think obviously it was a disappointing way to end, but I think we can look back and be proud of a lot of things that we got done. First place in the division and kind of got things back on track here. Obviously the past 3 or 4 years haven't been exactly what we wanted winning-wise, and I thought, we kind of bought in right off the hop, and it showed with our results.
You're a guy so far in your career that played in the NHL, you've played quality minutes in this league, had a career year in goals, assists, plus minus, you name it. What clicked for you? Is it a combination of the way you were feeling and also the team, or what was it about this year?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both. I think the team definitely helped, having such a deep roster. I think playing on a line with Tufte and then Cammy joining us, just having that consistency and finding that chemistry. And I think, I don't know, I was just kind of ready to go right off the hop. And I think if you can have a good start to the year, kind of just carry it out, that helps a lot.
The playoffs, you kind of orchestrated that first round series win, had a big series, played well to start the second series as well. Were you feeling at the height of your game when playoffs began, knowing how big the moment was, and you guys had goals to obviously make a deep run?
Yeah, definitely. I think that that added excitement of playoffs kind of gives you an extra jolt, and I think as a team, the last 15, 20 games, personally and as a team, we were playing really good hockey, and we just carried that into the first 2 rounds.
Who's your roommate on the road this year, and give me a fun fact about him if you could.
I room with Ryan Shea, and he doesn't nap on game days, which is pretty weird, yeah.
That's bizarre to me.
Yeah.
What does the summer look like? I know you usually call Minnesota home from Saskatchewan, but call Minnesota home in the summertime. You guys got any fun plans?
Yeah, just bought a house up there, so a lot of chores and stuff with that, get that organized and set up, and probably just play some golf and hang out and relax and enjoy the weather up there.
Glee, this team was pretty special. You guys had high aspirations. What can you say about this group and kind of how this year went for you guys?
For being here for 5 years and seeing a group grow as fast as we did this year was something pretty special to see. A lot of younger guys that came in to roles that they didn't know what they were going to be like in professional hockey, and they figured them out pretty fast. And, we had a lot of fun doing that.
Personally, you climbed up the leaderboard in franchise history among defensemen that have ever worn this jersey. I think it's just Max Fortunas above you. So what does it mean to have some of the personal success that you've had here in Cedar Park, and how have the fans treated you in your time here so far?
There's no place like this, and to be a part of this organization is something special. And, to have those guys in the locker room and learn from the leaders that have been here before, and to see the guys that their names are on the wall here it's something special, and that's what you look forward to, being a pro.
Who was your roommate on the road this year for most of the season, and what can you tell me? Give me a fun fact about them.
Let's see. I had Harles for a little bit, and then I had Ike for a little bit. So Harles, I gotta think about this. Harles is he likes the. I gotta think of something. Sorry, give me a second.
You're good. It's been a while. He's been in Dallas for a little bit now.
Ike has been pretty good. He was quiet on the road, but we'd have some good chats late at night. Harles was more of the late night owl. And that was always a fun little task, but he's always good, and now he's in Dallas, so hopefully he wins something up there.
What does your summer look like? Where are you going? Are you going to do anything fun and enjoy it a little bit, or when do you start preparing for whatever's next?
Yeah, I think I'm going to head home soon, and then a lot of cottage activities up north, a lot of golf, and then, I got to see some guys that are on different teams, but, a good group of guys back home, and hopefully you see a UFC fight or two, and a lot of concerts as well.
How do you sum up this season and being a part of this group and what it means to be a part of this team?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun this year. I think we had a really special group that showed with our regular season record, and then the fight we were able to put up in the playoffs. I think we came up a little short of our goal, but it was definitely a good run for us.
For you to be able to earn your spot in the lineup towards the midway point of the season and become a mainstay, and then be a part of this playoff run, what did you learn as far as your game going forward into next season? How are you able to grow as a player?
Yeah, especially as just a first-year pro, I think there's a lot that can be taken away from a lot of different scenarios, and having to compete for a lineup spot early on, and then being more of a mainstay in the lineup late. There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and just kind of learning how to mentally manage that and kind of stay neutral throughout the entire season and put a full season together. It's a lot longer than the college season, so just learn how to manage the body, and hopefully be able to use those lessons that I learned next year as well.
What was it like playing in that double overtime game? It was the longest game at home in the team's history.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, especially to be able to come away with a win. But it's definitely a grueling challenge. Everyone stepped up big that night, played a lot of minutes, and it was just it was a good atmosphere in front of the crowd. A lot of fans stayed late for that one, so it was a lot of fun.
Your roommate on the road, who was it? And give me a fun fact about him.
Oh, man. I had about 8 different roommates on the road this year. I started with Joe Ciccone, had Glee for a couple, had Murr, Petro. I'd say I ended up with Glee for most of it. Fun fact, Glee's got a new puppy that I'm sure will be an adventure for him this summer.
For you, the adventure goes back to Wisconsin, I would imagine, where you're from. Do you have any fun plans up there, or are you going to take some time to rest before you start training again?
Yeah, I'll be back in Wisconsin this summer. Actually have a honeymoon coming up, so enjoy that. Get to celebrate 1 year being married now, and then just spend a lot of time around the lake this summer, but also get after training, so it'll be a lot of fun to be back home.
All right, Kiersey, obviously not the way you wanted the season to end, but what can you say about this group and how special this group of players was this year that you guys had?
Yeah, obviously a disappointing end. We thought we had the team to make a run and win it all, but it's a special group. It was one of the most fun I've had as a season, just how deep we were, how tight-knit we were, and it's going to be a tough group to leave for sure.
You personally were able to play a full season, had some adversity last year with your injury and working your way back from that. We talked about it in Rockford, and this year you didn't have any of that. How good did you feel from beginning to end, and how's the body now?
Yeah, I mean, as good as you can for, 70 games in this league, but, it felt good to have a full season, especially a season. Obviously you want to go, get your chance up top, but to have one kind of in one spot the whole year, it was a little bit easier, with the family, and that kind of makes it easier on me going to the rink. You're a little more stable there, but like I said, it was a great year, and it's going to be missed for sure.
I was going to say, with the family at a lot of games, your family was at almost every game. To see them in warm-up, skating around, fist bumping the kids, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's special. It's hopefully something they remember for a long time, and it makes going to the rink more exciting. And obviously, it's something you're playing for every day. So when you see them out in warm-ups, it kind of lets it a little bit looser. You have a little more fun out there and keeps you in a good mood.
I'm asking the guys this: who's your roommate on the road? And tell me one fun fact about them that most people don't know.
Petrovic for most of the year. He's an intense character himself, but we're all about the recovery and stuff. So it's always like a competition. Who can have the best recovery and who does the most, who's eating the best. But he's a big sleep guy, and he loves his melatonin.
There we go. My last one is the summer going back up to Michigan. You're home. What's the plans for you, and what does the future look like, TK?
Yeah, obviously get a little bit of rest here. Kind of let the body reset and just spend some time with the family. But like you said, we spend our summers up in Michigan, so we like to enjoy the outdoors and get out on the water as much as we can. And then it's going to be back to training. I just train up there at the school, and Lesby from last year, he usually trains with me and a couple guys. So we'll get back on the ice, and then obviously a free agent going into next year. So kind of wait and see when July 1st comes and see what happens.
Been on a lot of good teams, a lot of close-knit teams. Where does this one rank now that this season's over? I know didn't end the way you guys would have liked it to end.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great team, a lot of fun. Like we've said before, it was by committee all year, and that's what made the group so special. It wasn't a few guys just controlling the team. It was everyone doing it and pulling their weight, and that's what made us a good team and made hockey fun.
As a captain, you've been a captain a couple different times, a couple different teams. Is it easier? Is there less pressure when it is kind of a by committee situation where everybody pulls their own weight? You don't feel like you have to push people in different directions as much?
Yeah, way easier. Everyone was motivated and took control of their careers this year. So very easy to lead a group like that.
You guys get to hang a banner in the rafters again, not the banner I know you would have liked, but the accomplishment to win the division, 72-game season in a tough division. When you look back on that, I'm sure you'll have time to reflect, but how proud are you of what you guys accomplished in the regular season?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's 6 months of grueling hard work, and it took us 71 games to clinch it. So that's tons of video, tons of practice time, tons of workouts and stuff that goes into it for all the guys. So, it was a great group to be a part of, and at least we got something out of it.
You have 3 girls now at home. A couple of them get to watch Dad play hockey now this year. What was that like to play in front of your family when you got a chance to this season, even though they're young?
Yeah, it was awesome. Special having the Lily and Gracie coming to games and just seeing them in warm-ups and how excited they get, and it's the best. And Lily's back home talking about going to the hockey games and that too, so it makes it so much more special getting to play in front of them.
The Texas fans, I ask you this all the time, so it probably sound like a broken record, but this year especially, a record for average attendance, a record for sellouts. It seems like the fans gravitated towards this group from the get-go, but what did that mean to you, again, to be able to play in front of them and have that support?
Oh, so much fun, yeah. It's what an atmosphere to play. Awesome arena, and the fans just, when it gets packed, it gets so loud and just so much fun to play in front of. They were great all year. Yeah, so many, what was it? You said 10
sellouts.
10 sellouts. Like, it's fun. It's so much fun, and to have that energy and play in front of that.
You clearly can play at a high level, so I'm sure you've got plans to train and get ready for whatever's to come with your playing future. But do you have any fun summer plans? I know you typically have gone back to Minnesota at times. You go up to BC. Like, what's the summer look like?
Yeah, I guess I'll be an uncle in a few days here, coming up anytime. So that's going to be fun. Get Lily and Gracie to go meet their cousin first back home, and then probably Minnesota to finish out the training, and then back to work.
Murr, how do you sum up the season as far as how special this group was and what you guys accomplished, even though it didn't end the way you would have liked?
Oh, this group was one of a kind. I thought it was probably one of the best groups that I've ever been a part of. I mean, everyone was great. It was a great experience. The leadership group was phenomenal. For this to be my first full year pro, I don't think I really could have asked for a better group to be a part of. Thought we did really well during the season. We battled some ups and downs, and we stuck in it to the end. I don't think I would have changed much.
How do you describe the roller coaster ride that was Game 4 and 5 of that Milwaukee series with the double overtime, late night, probably really sore for you in net, making 42 saves and then bouncing back in Game 5, and it obviously didn't end the way you would have hoped?
Yeah, I thought that Game 4 was great. Like I said, the guys battled back. It was a long battle. was pretty funny watching some of the guys eating pizza in the overtime intermissions during a hockey game. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but you have to get some fuel in you. And then the game 5 didn't go out the way I wanted. It was unfortunate that they got up early and got a few lucky breaks, and but just like there's no quitting the guys, and we pushed. We tried to come back. We almost did, and yeah.
I think I know the answer to this one, but for all you accomplished this year in your first full pro season, what was your favorite memory?
It's hard to pick just one, honestly. Probably here was just, I don't know, everything. I think here is great, and then obviously being able to get the opportunity to play NHL games was huge. As a dream come true, something I've been working towards for a long time.
Who was your roommate on the road this year while you were with Texas? And tell me one fun fact about them if you could.
Well, I had a couple different roommates, but the longest guy that stuck around was Butcher. Fun fact about him: he's really good at picking out dinner spots. Like he always goes to good spots, so it's good to be around him.
What does your summer look like now, as far as being a restricted free agent, I guess, with Dallas? So I would imagine if all goes well, you're back. What does the summer look like before you start training? You gonna have time to relax or travel at all or do anything fun?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get something in. Obviously, it's later in the summer now that we're getting it, just after that longer playoff run. So go back, probably relax a little bit, and then get right back to it. Nothing big planned.
Petro, how do you sum up the year that you guys had and some of the accomplishments you had as a group and how close this group was?
I mean, yeah, from the start it was it was a solid group. We had a great year. I think we dominated in a lot of our games and won our division and did everything we could in the regular season. I thought we did a great job. Playoffs came up a bit short, and we definitely wanted to go to the finals and try to take a stab at winning the Calder this year. But I think other than that, it turned out to be a really good year, and I think a lot of guys had a really good season. So it was good in that aspect, but still kind of it hurts to lose in the second round.
You personally had your best year of your 11-year career statistically. Did it feel that way? Did you feel like you're at the top of your game at, 30, 31?
Yeah, I think, for me, I think it's I've learned a lot since I first became a pro playing in San Antonio. And, I think you're just kind of getting better every year. And, a lot of guys use age as an excuse, but I think for me it's just more experience and just learning how to take care of my body and being healthy, and if I can take care of that stuff, then I can just keep improving every year.
You before this year hadn't scored in 3 straight games. You did it twice this year. You did it in the regular season, and then in this playoff series against Milwaukee, scored in 3 straight. Just the hot hand, just in the right place at the right time. What was working?
Yeah, I think like you said, I think just hot hand, being in the right spot at the right time, but. I think in the playoffs you're more dialed in, you're more focused, and pucks were just coming my way, and I was just getting them on net and using that shot I've been working on, and I think that's all I can really say.
Double overtime game. It's a long night for everybody, but you and Ryan Shea, holy smokes! How much ice time did you guys log? Did you ever find out from the coaching staff?
I think it was around 40 minutes. For myself, that was a long one. Right before Backer scored, I was about to go for my first shift, and I could kind of feel my quad starting to seize up a bit. But we battled through that one, and it was a big game for us. So.
Roommate on the road. I've been asking everybody about their roommate on the road. Who was it? And give me a fun fact about that person.
So I think. Well, I was with Macker a little bit, and Chris McKenzie and Tanner Kero, and I guess I was mostly with Kiersey. I guess a fun fact about him is he's pretty particular about his routine. A lot of guys are, but he's pretty he's next level. So he kind of wears a headset that helps his brain kind of get dialed in for bedtime, and kind of changes his brain waves or whatever to help him sleep. So it's kind of funny, kind of wonky, but definitely worked for him. He'd be passed out. I'd make noises in the night, and he wouldn't hear anything. So
They put the dads together. This summer plans for you. Where are you going? You and your wife have 2 little ones, so probably a lot of dad duty, I would imagine.
oh yeah. She took care of the boys all year, especially for the long road trips. So it'll be definitely a lot of time off for her and give her a chance to, I guess, recover too. She's pregnant now. We got another baby due at the end of October, so we're gonna head back to Edmonton this summer. Train. I'll do my training and everything, and hang out with the boys all summer. And yeah, we'll just take it easy. Probably take a week off or 2 and get back at it.
Reeds, this season started in San Jose, wound up in Texas. You guys had obviously a good end of the year here, and had hopes to make a deep playoff run. How do you sum up a crazy season for you?
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was definitely good to end up here, be a part of this team. It was a great team to be a part of, and a lot of great leadership here, a lot of fun times, and a lot of good hockey. So it was a great year.
What was it like to play in front of these fans in the limited amount of time that you did? I mean, it seemed like they were here to support this group right from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen that good of a fan base in the AHL, so it was awesome to play here every home game, and just enjoy the energy that they brought to the building.
What was special about this group? Because I've heard from a number of guys that this is a little bit different than a lot of teams that they've played on before.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really special group. I think it's you can tell right away when you come to a new team and you're just able to fit right in and get to know the guys so easily. So everyone was really tight from the older guys to the younger guys, which is sometimes you see with the age discrepancy. But everyone was just tight knit, and you would have thought these guys have been playing together for years.
By the time you arrived, I'm sure the roommate situation was already pretty set in stone, and you joined the team on that California road trip. Who was your roommate, or who were a couple of them, and can you give me a fun fact about any of them?
Yeah, I was switching around for a bit there, but the playoff run, I was with the old captain, McKenzie. I had to kind of adapt to his dad's schedule, sleep schedule, so I was going to bed earlier, headed to his breakfast spots with him every morning, so it was a good time living with him on the road.
What does the summer look like now for you? I'm sure you're going to take a break before you start training again, but do you have anything fun planned? Are you going back to Minnesota?
Yeah, I just headed back to Minnesota. I'll still say it's the best spot to be in the summers. Great weather there, and I'm excited to get back, see the family, and to get back to work this summer.
Rosie, how do you sum up a season where you were very much a part of it at the beginning, and then your injury kind of obviously derailed things for you, and you had to kind of watch from the sidelines the rest of the way?
Yeah, it's obviously unfortunate getting hurt early in the season, and it's just kind of the way life goes. Sometimes a lot of ups and downs, and I just try to take it a day at a time. And the guys help so much, just being around the team and in the locker room still, and I really enjoyed the kind of team aspect, and being around the guys still. It kind of helped me through the whole process. But even being hurt, we had so much fun and had such a good group of guys that made every day coming to the rink really fun, and I just love being around the group.
Yeah, a really close group, it seems like, in talking with everybody. And obviously after every season there's turnover. Some guys return, some guys don't. Is that the hardest part of a season ending the way it did after Game 5 there?
Yeah, it's obviously during this series you're just you're thinking about one thing and one thing only, but then when it ends, it's just like they are your brothers, and then all of a sudden it's like 2 days later, it's like, oh man, this guy that I grew like super close to, like you may never see again, or like guys go back home to Finland, Sweden, guys sign with different teams, and that's like probably the worst part about the business is just making such good friendships and then just not knowing if you're gonna even be able to keep them going after, other than long distance and whatnot, but. It's still the best part of the game is the guys, and I guess good hard goodbyes are probably a good thing because it means you had a lot of good relationships.
Yeah, even though you didn't play in Game 5, for everything you went through this year to work your way back from the injury to dress and warm-ups, what did that mean to put on the jersey again?
Yeah, it was awesome, and it was so good to be back out there. I appreciate Grammer for throwing the idea by me. Was trying to ramp up there for hopefully next series. But yeah, it was amazing to be back on the ice. It felt like so long ago. I kind of, even though I knew I wasn't obviously playing, just warming up, I kind of had some jitters to it was exciting to be back out there and see the fans and just be on the ice again with the green Texas Stars jersey was a great experience.
Who was your roommate for the season when you were playing on the road? And give me one fun fact about that individual.
I was with Remy the last couple weeks when I traveled, and Remy's he's just an awesome dude. I don't know if I have a specific fun fact, but I'd say a good fun fact is his brother is competing in world championships for Canada in powerlifting, deadlifting, and the guy's an absolute beast. Lifts more than anyone in the whole country of Canada, which is insane. So that's pretty cool. And he's just the nicest dude, and I think his have that French accent and talking to him, it was just I just love spending time with him and just hanging out and I don't know, just all the random comments and jokes is very enjoyable, and he made it easy on the road.
Last one for you. What does the summer look like? I hear you're going back to Michigan where you played your college hockey and spend some time in the summers usually. What does your summer look like? Are you going to be able to do anything fun, and what does the future hold?
Yeah, I'm going to go home to Michigan. Got a little cottage up there, spend a month just hanging out by the water to see family and friends mostly is an important thing, I think, early on in summer, just kind of getting that reset and being able to see people you haven't seen in 8 months. And then, kind of get to training. I think I'm going to go back to Michigan State. They have great facilities, great people there. And I think I'll train there. But, yeah, just some weddings, get to catch up with family and friends and go see Joseph Kony. I think we're going to go to a couple UFC fights, so I think that'll be fun. But other than that, yeah, nothing crazy, just spending time with friends and family.
You going to work on your broadcasting?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think we had a blast, at least I did, and I appreciate letting me do that. And I wish we could have done it some more.
Shea, how do you sum up what was a really good year for you guys and how close this group was this year?
Yeah, I think out of my years here, this is probably the closest our team has been, and probably the best we've been because of that. And it was a great year. Fans were incredible the whole year. I think we put on a little bit of a show for them in the regular season, gave them a hard-fought couple of series in the playoffs, and obviously not the result we wanted, but it was a good series. It was a good battle, and hopefully the fans enjoyed it.
You were paired with Petrovic all season. Best two-way defensive pair in the league with the numbers you guys put up. At the end of the day, you set a franchise record at plus 37. Little bragging rights over him. But what did it mean to have the type of season personally that you did this year and take those steps in your career?
Yeah, I think it was great for me. Obviously, I'm going into a contract year, and I think Petro made it easy on me. Just learning from him every day. Building our game each and every day was great for not only the team but for ourselves individually. I was very, very happy with my season. I think they kind of gave me a little different role when last year I was on second PK, a little bit of power play, and this year I kind of focused on more of my defensive game and kind of picking that side of the game up a little bit better, and while keeping the offensive abilities there. I think that's where Petro came in because it was just we clicked right away. We played together in preseason in Dallas, and we played great there. And then I think the coaches saw something and was like, let's put these two back together, and we kind of just ran with it from there.
I'm asking all the guys who their roommate was on the road and to give me one fun fact or fun story about your roommate on the road this year.
My roommate's Gardner, and he's got all. I would say one thing: he's just got all the gadgets. He's got dehumidifiers. He's got like the melatonin sleeping pills. He's got the Normatex that he brings on the road. He's got. If you want to see someone acting like a pro on the road, he's the guy right there.
I hear you guys played some golf already after the season came to an end. Nice way to unwind. A lot of people saying you're the best golfer on the team or one of them. So if you had to take yourself out of it, give me a couple guys who maybe are right up there, best golfers on the team.
Well, I think Bart's and Barb's and Dammer are probably. I think us four are pretty similar. I would say right now Barbs is probably playing the best. I mean, he's a little sensitive with his new clubs, but other than that, like, he can kill the ball and everything like that. But yeah, we have like Macker didn't play for a year pretty much, and he was striping the ball yesterday. And then like Borky, I don't think he has ever swung a golf club ever, and he was just. It's easy when you have athletic guys, but it was nice to get out there. I think we had 16 guys, 4 foursomes, just playing scramble, and yeah, there was no one out there. The wind wasn't crazy, so it was a nice day to golf, and happy we did it as kind of a little send-off party for us.
My last one is after a long season, you obviously want to rest up and do some fun things this summer and enjoy it a little bit before you start focusing on next season. So what does that look like for you, especially you said in a contract year? You're going to have some options, I would imagine, this summer. But what are you looking to do before that to enjoy it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's kind of just go up there, watch a couple of the games, skate, and then after that, it's kind of I'll take my usual couple weeks off. I have a trip planned with all my buddies to Charleston, and then other than that, I don't really like to get out of I guess workout shape for too long. But I'll definitely take a good amount of time off the ice, especially with the double OT game that we played the other night. So, but other than that, it's just back to what I did last summer. I really enjoyed my summer. I thought it made me better last summer. I'll probably do the exact same thing, whether it's skate with the same people, work out like same amount and same gym. And I don't really like to switch up too much, but just it'll be good to see my family. Haven't seen them in a while. They do a good job coming down here across the country from Mass, but obviously they don't get in college. I was playing in Boston, so they came every weekend. So it'll be nice to see them.
How many minutes did you play in the double OT game?
I think me and Pets were around like 43 or something like that.
Thanks, Shazo. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, Tony, first of all, how do you sum up a season that you guys had a really good year and obviously didn't end the way you'd hoped in the playoffs?
I think there's a lot to take from this year. There's a lot of great accomplishments as a team. Not the way we wanted to go home for the summer, but every year it's someone else's turn, and this year just wasn't our turn. It's upsetting in a lot of ways, but you learn from it, you move on, and we got guys. Whoever comes back next year, I'm sure we're going to want a revenge tour. So,
first pro year for you. You grew a lot from day one to the end of the year. Got some more playing time towards the end of the season. What was your favorite memory personally from the year?
Honestly, it might be that double overtime game. Probably the longest game of hockey I've ever played in my life. Just how exciting it was. The building was absolutely electric in the moment, and I think that's going to be a game I'm going to definitely remember from this season.
Who's your roommate on the road, and give us one fun fact that most people don't know.
I had Cammy. My God, there's too many facts. Good fun fact is he loves to stay on TikTok at nighttime. Oh my God. Blares it so loud too. I'm trying to sleep and he's blaring TikTok, so that's a good fun fact. But no, he's a great roommate. Learned a lot from him on the road, and it's kind of nice to be with a guy that's got a lot of experience.
As far as going back home to Michigan for the summer, what are your plans other than training for next season?
Probably just go home, enjoy some time with my family, and hang out with my buddies back there. Maybe improve my golf game a little bit, and like you said, just train and get ready to come back and get after it. So
a lot of young prospects coming in next year, and you'll very much be in the fold as a second-year guy next year. How excited are you for what's to come with some of the kids coming through here?
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think a lot of the young guys kind of have the same mindset, and I think we kind of agree on a lot of the same things. So it was good to kind of get to know a lot of them when they just came down here for a bit, and it's nice because we'll know each other going into next year, and it's going to be a lot of energy in this group, and it's going to be an exciting year. And I think the team we're going to have is going to be obviously we're going to be young, we're going to be energized, exciting to watch, so it'll be fun.
How do you sum up the season and how tight-knit this group was this year here in Texas?
We didn't end the season the way we wanted, but when I look at it, that was a really good season. we had a really special group of guys. So that was a lot of fun, and we were really tight. And overall, that was like a really good season.
You personally, what are some of your favorite memories from the year?
Definitely, like when we are on the trips with the boys, and we have some dinners, and we just hang out, and this is the special moments you remember, or the games, the Manitoba game when we were down, and we end up winning. So that was probably craziest game what I was ever played. So there's a lot of good memories.
You and Matej Blumel have become really good friends since you both got here to Cedar Park this year. What is it about that friendship with Matej?
We didn't know each other before we came here, but I'm really happy he was here, and it's always nice to have someone who speaks same language, and we were every time we were supporting each other, even everybody had some tough times, so we were trying to pick each other up and help each other, and we had a great friendship, and I hope we'll see each other in back home too.
Give me one fun fact about Matej that most people don't know.
Fun fact: hardest working guy what I ever saw, probably.
It's always the last guy off the ice, right?
Yeah.
Last one for you, Studes. What does the summer look like? You're going to go home to Slovakia. How excited are you to see your family?
Oh, I'm so excited. I will go home and enjoy the summer. Go for some vacation and start practicing again, and just enjoy the home, enjoy the time with the family.
Tufte, how do you sum up a season that you guys set a lot of records and finished first in the division? Obviously, in the playoffs, didn't turn out the way you guys had hoped.
Yeah, I thought it was a overall pretty good season for us. You look at just kind of like the chunks of the seasons that we went through, and especially during the last 20 games there, how we're in a battle for first place in our division, and getting that first place, and then obviously not the way we wanted to end, but I'd say it was a pretty successful season, and just looking at what players went through, just kind of like some rotations and guys in and out of the lineup, and the way we battled, and it was fun to see, and it was fun to be a part of.
You personally had a career year, also spent some time in Dallas again this year. I know that's the goal at the end of the day. Any favorite memories for you this season?
Yeah, I'd just say the whole year was awesome, but I'd say probably my favorite memory was the teddy bear toss night when I scored that goal and all the teddy bears came flying over. So that was always a fun one.
Who was your roommate on the road this year, and give me a fun fact about them if you could.
Maverick Bork. Fun fact about Maverick is he's a young guy, but you'd probably see him by rooming with him. Seems like an older guy, like he's 80 years old, because he goes to bed at 9 o'clock and lights are off by 9. So it's kind of funny.
What was your favorite road trip of the season?
Favorite road trip? There's a lot of good ones, but I'd say probably the California road trip where we went to Coachella and San Jose and those places, Bakersfield. That was always a fun road trip, and just kind of going back and forth between the places. So
I've asked everybody what their off-season plans are, and I know you're probably going back to Minnesota at some point, but you got baby number 2 on the way here any day now, so I'm sure dad duty is going to be a big part of your summer.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's crunch time here now, so June 15th, I think the due date is, and we're ready for the second one to come, and we're excited, and it's going to be a busy summer.
Congratulations, man. Enjoy the summer.
Thank you.